Well, welcome back, Hobby Collectors and Diecast, to another episode of Crib's Garage. I'm going to talk about the big elephant in the room, the Hot Wheels Ferrari um, reunited, reunitement. And yeah, so we all heard those, the rumors, but I guess it's true, and which is great news since they lost it in the end of December 2014. And yeah, up until then, they had about 52, I think, 52, 53 different Ferrari castings. I've got a pretty decent collection. You can go back and look at an older video of my Ferrari collection. Um, and the funny thing is, what most people may not know, that at the same time that Hot Wheels had the licensee, there was another diecast company that had the licensee to Ferrari. That company was a company by the name of, yep, Matchbox, which at the time is now owned by Mattel, but at this time, in 1995, it was owned by Tyco, a subsidiary. It was a subsidiary of Tyco Toys. And I don't know, down here you can't really read it probably, but you can see it says permissions by Ferrari. So they had the licensee from 1965 to 2002. In parallel with Hot Wheels, they both had it, and they were both making. So it wasn't just Hot Wheels that had the licensee. Maybe they were limited to what they could do, and Hot Wheels maybe had the full, full on. But anyhow, interesting that Matchbox had it at the same time. Which brings me to the point that there's other castings other than so who owns it right now is Mei Cheong Group, which is Maisto and B Barago, and they have a deal with joint deal with Takara Tommy, and it's produced the models. But now that Hot Wheels got it, they can't make them anymore. We're not supposed to make them anymore. But that brings me to the next thing that we see beyond Maisto and Tommy making them. You see Mini GT. Tarmac Works is making the 488 GT ES, and there's other brands making Ferraris, but they're not licensed to do it. They get away by doing it because most of them are made in China, and China doesn't really enforce licensing, and they can always change the name of their factory and get away with it that way, and they just have all these other different ways of beating the man. So my point is that so when Hot Wheels, we found out in 2014 that they lost the license, that people started hoarding, started grabbing all the Hot Wheel Ferraris because they thought, like, yeah, these are gonna be worth money, and they started going up in price on the secondary market, and so there's a bunch of people sitting on Ferraris and are selling them for a lot of money that are Hot Wheels, but now they've come back. So, and I believe the last, well, when Hot Wheels had it, they had I think I already said they had 53 different castings. The last one being the La Ferrari was in 2014 was the last castings Hot Wheels did, and so I guess the question I thought was to point out to you guys is are the is it going to be the same way with the Maisto and Barago Tommy cars since they lost their license? Those are not going to be made anymore. And are those going to be kind of the same thing that happened with Hot Wheels? Is people going to go out and start grabbing all those and try to, you know, sell them for a crazy amount of money? My guess is not no, because actually I've never seen anybody on any of these YouTube channels even have a Ferrari Maisto or B Rago or Takara Tommy. I think I've seen maybe Tarmac Works, but Mini GT I think did some too. But yeah, that's my take on the whole Ferrari Hot Wheels thing. And I didn't collect. I collected Ferraris by default just because I collect black walls and red lines and the collector numbers from the 90s. And so these castings were all involved with that. So that's how I got my Ferrari collection. Otherwise, I wouldn't have just been a full Ferrari dude by any means. But they're pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing what the premium Ferrari castings come out like. And I wonder if red, is there going to be any other color than red? Black, maybe. Yellow. Ferrari red. Yeah. That's it. Happy Sunday. Peace out.